Hey everyone, I wanted to do a video today to talk about, is it safe to drink ice in Vietnam? Through all the tours that I've done with our company, Back to Bike Tours, I know that this is a common question that people ask. They're really concerned about this when they come to Vietnam. First thing I'm going to tell you, local Vietnamese cannot drink dirty ice and they cannot drink dirty water. They get sick just like you or I or anybody else. We all get sick when we drink contaminated water. It's just not okay. Sure, if you're from somewhere where you're used to having a little bit more bacteria than maybe what's introduced in more Western countries like America and Canada and Australia, these places, sure, you might be more at risk. Your stomach might be a little bit more susceptible to getting sick. But this isn't something that you should worry about. When you're coming to somewhere like my favorite coffee shop here, Spotlight Cafe, I don't even think about, is it okay for me to drink the ice here? Because of course it is. There's no way that they're going to put their business at risk serving just dirty ice. It's just not something that is going to happen. I do want to show you though, when you're traveling around, and so this is my nice iced coffee here, and I have a little bit of iced tea. Which, if you check out our video, is it safe to drink water in Vietnam, you're going to find out why there's iced tea everywhere. But what I want to show you here, and I'm going to try to bring this up to the camera, and what you'll see is that this is a small ice cube that actually has a little hole in the center of it. Now this is, everybody knows that this ice is the safest. It's the most expensive ice that you can buy in Ho Chi Minh City. It's a little bit harder to keep because it's not this big block of ice. It's going to melt faster. But usually this is the ice that you want to see in your drinks. And typically this is going to be the ice that you find. Now when you go to a beer restaurant, found throughout all Vietnam, which I highly recommend you go to a beer restaurant, but you're gonna see big chunks of ice that are being put into a glass, and that's for us to put beer over, because there's just not so much refrigeration to keep all of the beer cold that these restaurants go through in a night, so we often drink beer over ice. And if you're coming here on vacation, you're gonna wanna have a beer, and you're probably gonna have to have it over ice if you're eating and drinking local. So those are my tips. I really wouldn't worry too much about it, especially when you're eating at restaurants and hotels and even street vendors. One thing that you have to keep in mind is this street food vendor, this is their livelihood. They're not going to put their livelihood at risk over serving their customers dirty ice. You do want to be aware if you are traveling in rural places that are poorer, where people have less options. That's when you're maybe putting yourself at risk, because maybe the education level isn't there, people don't know much about contamination, these types of things. But when you're somewhere like here in the middle of District 4 in Ho Chi Minh City, it's just not something that you need to be concerned about. You're gonna be just okay. You're gonna be fine.